Hello, I'm here, Church Street, McDonald's End. It was busy Friday afternoon. I've been in Wavertree Street this morning, putting as many leaflets out as I can. If I don't manage to get to a street near you, then understand it's a big constituency and I'm all by myself. So I get as many as I can out, right? And I come down and do a video as well. So I hope you understand. I just want to dispel a few notions that immigrants built Liverpool. Well, you know, the new arrivals coming in now, their ancestors didn't build Liverpool, right? Now, if you're referring to our Irish cultural brothers and sisters, then yeah, of course they contributed. If you're talking about small numbers of blacks and Chinese, yeah, of course they did, and great, good on them. But that then doesn't justify what is now happening to our city. Our city has been culturally changed. The parallel is 1 billion miles away. The Irish, God bless them, that came to Liverpool didn't come to Liverpool to impose a different culture upon ours. They are our culture. Our Irish brothers and sisters, our Welsh, our Scottish, okay sir, brothers and sisters, and any other European peoples, they're the same culture. They're assimilable and fit in. And like I've said, if any Chinese or blacks that settled here 100, 200 years ago, if they contributed to building Liverpool, let's say, then great. No one has a problem with that. But to try and use that as an excuse that our city now should be inundated with new arrivals who are going to change our unique Scouse character, traditions and cultural identity long term, it is ludicrous to try and say, well, because something 200 years ago, that means they're okay now to come in here in unlimited amounts and change everything that's rightfully ours and take from us what's rightfully ours. That is just ludicrous. It is pathetic. Is that the best argument you lot have got, sending me silly messages? Send me some I can say, well, that makes sense. That's a good point, that. Liverpool, let me just say this. The new arrivals coming into our city, their ancestors didn't build Liverpool, end of, right? And whatever immigrants did build Liverpool 200 years ago, whenever, that doesn't justify what is now happening to our city. It is a ludicrous sort of parallel, if that's the right word. It is ridiculous, right? The vast majority of new arrivals coming into our glorious city now have no intentions whatsoever of embracing the Scouse fam. They're going to impose their ways, beliefs, value standards over ours. If Joe Owens is wrong and he's making this all up or exaggerating, then what's happened to Kensington and Fairfield? Well, exactly. There has been a culture clash. You can see what's happened. Top of Smith Down Road. And now what's happening to Breck Road, County Road, West Derby Road, Prescott Road and many other proud Scouse communities that are now being changed. One can see what is happening. Jones's proposal to further cultural change is this, like I've said before. Those new arrivals who are happy to embrace the Scouse fam and all our ways and beliefs, values, standards, you're more than welcome. The vast majority, I believe, have no intentions whatsoever of embracing our ways and beliefs. They need to relocate to another town or city that can accommodate their needs. Then we close the door till we have a comprehensive discussion. Can our city survive 10 more years of unlimited amount of new arrival and the cultural change that comes with them? Well, I don't believe it can, but we need that discussion. You, Paula Barker, who I'll be challenging the forthcoming general election in Wavertree, what's your counter proposal? Given Wavertree is now undergoing profound cultural change, what's your counter proposal? You don't have one, right? You're just going to ignore it, right? Which is scandalous, really, when you think about it, because the people of that community, especially the people I talk to, they want their worries and concerns dealt with. They want to know what is going to happen. These people want to know what future is ahead for their children and grandchildren. After all, the Scouse legacy belongs to them, just in case you forgot, right? This is our city, and it belongs to us, our children, our grandchildren, all those amazing Scousers yet to be born. It doesn't belong to the new arrivals or anyone else for that matter. And once again, the new arrivals, their ancestors didn't build Britain. Christ, the things you people say, but you've got no answer to it. That's the reason why you're scraping the barrel to try and counter what Joe Owens is saying. These are some of the messages you get on social media. You haven't got an answer, right? And let's just say the new arrivals' ancestors did build Liverpool 200 years ago. Let's just say they did. It still doesn't justify what's happening to the city now. Talking to a good friend yesterday, where he works, he was telling me now, some of the new arrivals that are now working in the business. Okay, just a minute, sir. Where he works, right? The new arrivals who've brought different ways, beliefs, values, standards, they don't like being given orders from women, Scouse women who are bosses and work in that business. They don't like being given orders from women because they've come from a different culture. Like I've said, there's no intentions whatsoever of adopting ours, right? Also as well, same guy, funny enough, was telling about someone he knows now had to send their child miles away just because he couldn't get in. He couldn't get the child in the child's school of choice because of the migrant baby boom, right? This is what's happening to our city, to our people, and it's wrong. It needs opposing, and like I've said, we oppose this in the forthcoming general election. Joe Owens will be standing in Waverley, like I'm sure you all know. I'll be challenging Paula Barker. She's a cultural changer. The way we change this is to vote these people out. I don't believe I'm going to win. I think Paula Barker will win, but if I come second, that's a mandate. They're going to have to stand up, take notice of what Joe Owens is saying, and the cultural change our city is undergoing. They're going to have to address the worries and concerns the good people of this city have instead of ignoring them. Paula Barker here today, you haven't submitted your counter proposal to further cultural change. You're ignoring what Joe Owens is suggesting, because that's my proposal, what I've previously just said. We need to stop further new arrivals coming into our city and the cultural change that comes with them until we have a comprehensive discussion. None of you politicians want to deal with the awful truth. You just want to pretend that let's ignore it and everything will be okay. It's not going to be okay. It's not okay. My prediction is that when Labour are voted in, which they will be, it's the end of the Tories. But not long after that, it will be the end of Labour when they begin to fail, right? And the political field's going to be open for a new brand of politics. Trust me, don't get disheartened or downhearted, right? I've been doing this for a long time, right? Our time is now, trust me. So, as I say, our city is being changed. The Scouse legacy, rightfully our children and grandchildren, all those amazing Scousers not yet born, will be taken from them. The new arrivals are not messing about, they're playing for keeps, right? That's the thing about them, they don't mess about, they're playing for keeps. Just look what's happened to other towns and cities across the country. Look what's happened to London, Leicester, Birmingham, right, and many other parts of the country. We don't want this happening to our city. This is not about hatred or prejudice or being nasty to anyone, right? The new arrivals, once they sink their roots in so deep and they're in the driving seat, we dance to their tune. End of. That's how it works, how it's always worked and will work. We have to stop this, right? We have to oppose further cultural change of our glorious city. I'm going to go now because the gentleman wants to have a talk with me, as many do now after doing while doing these videos. You'd be surprised how many people now stopping and want to talk. So remember, no to cultural change, yes to Scouse pride. Shout it out loud, Scouse and proud. Okay, thank you. Cheers. I'd just like to correct myself. I meant to say Liverpool, not Britain. There's one or two other words I think I got wrong, so bear with me, right? I like to get this right. I like to be as professional as I can. I know I probably shouldn't dwell on it, but if there's the odd words I get wrong here and there, try and understand. You've got to think on your feet when you're doing these videos. Okay, thank you.